From recent memory, we haven't really had any good romantic comedies that have hit the big screen or small screen as of late. I could be wrong. Let me know in the comment section, but I can't think of any. Is this one any good? Let's talk about it. My name is Brandon Keith Avery, and this is just my opinion. Hey, what's going on, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Just My Opinion from my Meet Me Next Christmas movie review. And if this is your first time finding me and you happen to like the video, please give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing. Meet Me Next Christmas. When I first saw the trailer for this, I knew I was going to be on board for this as well. Why? Because it stars Miss Christina Milian. She is fine as hell, for number one. Also, she is very talented. And also, three, she can sing and dance, talented, fine, all that. I'm going to check her out. I do like most of her movies. I really didn't care for her last one, Resort to Love, which came out in 2021. It went to Netflix as well. It wasn't a bad movie, but there just really wasn't anything special or memorable about it. At the very least, it was okay. That was a decent movie. It was kind of cute. I was entertained. Really just watched it because I had nothing else to do. But this one right here, my expectations wasn't super high, but I am a fan of Christina Milian. So I said, hey, I'm just going to give this a try. I'm going to give it a chance. And so, hey, what we got. So before I get into all the nitty gritty, before I talk about all my likes and dislikes, let me tell you exactly who the director is, because I forgot to do that too. Oh my gosh. It's Rusty Cundiff. Conduif, and I'm sorry about that. I usually always go about the directors, but I forgot for some reason. If we scroll down and look at Rusty's filmography, we will see that he was responsible for 57 Seconds, A New Diva's Christmas Carol, and Tales from the Hood 3, Black Jesus, and okay, all the Tales of the Hood movies, or at least the first two. And I haven't seen any of these. If you've seen them, let me know. Let me know. That Black Jesus, I remember that. I remember people so offended by it. But y'all let me know if y'all a fan of Rusty over here. But now, guys, before we get into all the nitty gritty, before we talk about all my likes and dislikes, let me tell you exactly what this film, Meet Me Next Christmas, is all about. In a pursuit of a fairy tale romance with the man of her dreams, Layla must race through New York City to get her hands on the hottest ticket in town, the sold-out Pentatonix Christmas Eve concert. All right, when it comes to Meet Me Next Christmas, there's a lot to like about this film. I really don't have any complaints at all, other than one small aspect that happened towards the beginning of the film. Not that it's just really jarring or horrible or just ruins the film, but if they would have taken it a bit more seriously, it would have made the film that much better, in my humble opinion. But across the board, I do like the characters. I love Christina Milian playing a character by the name of Layla. I like Teddy, played by Duvall Ellis, and also everyone else involved. They all have a nice, healthy portion of the film to contribute to elevate it to that next level, making this a memorable romantic comedy. Now we're going to Layla, Christina Milian's character. You like her. She's a professional. She's very, very kind. She's very, very sweet, and also innocent. And I like the aspect of this movie of fairy tale love romance, because we've all been there before at one point in time. We've all dated and had great experiences and bad experiences. And we're going through the journey, the adventure of Layla's love experience in this film too. We all love the dynamics of a love triangle and how all of that drama can play out. But at the very beginning of this movie, it doesn't start out as a love triangle, but more of a love square. So I'm already drawn in like, okay, man, how is this going to play out? Where is the love story going to come from? How is conflict going to arise? And it does in splendid fashion. Now, one of the things that makes this film great is it's funny. It's hilarious. I was laughing my butt off and having a number of chuckles throughout this film. And to add on to that is Christina Milian and everyone involved behind the scenes are self-aware of this movie. They know what audience they're trying to reach and did a great job of accomplishing that. Just like, hey guys, if you just want something fun, lighthearted, and family-friendly at home to watch and enjoy and not take too seriously, this film is for you. And it really doesn't seem like a recipe for disaster or something that we've never seen before. It's pretty simple, but again, they was able to knock this out of the park, and I enjoyed it. And when I say that it is funny, it's like Christina Milian has her own distinct personality in her movies, to where when something is silly going on, she'll just kind of look at the camera, break the fourth wall, and just kind of scream like, ah! Like this, like for no reason at all. That's just part of her personality that I've seen in multiple ways and went throughout her movies and television shows. And I really do like it. It's just funny and just her being her. I'm a fan, and so this is just really working out for me. Also, when she's doing a number of her silly antics in this film, just being silly, she knows what she's doing. She knows that everyone can look at her and be like, guys, I know this is silly what I'm doing, but I'm having a fun time doing it, and I hope that you are too. And without breaking character, she's able to smile behind her character's frown, speaking to the audience without saying a word at all, just like, hey, I know we having fun over here. I am, at least, but if not, kick rocks, keep it going. We having a good time over here making this movie. It is great. I mean, I'm just eating all that up. Now, one small nitpick is towards the beginning, some of the dialogue to help the film progress was completely unrealistic between her and her friend on the couch. Like, how are we gonna get tickets? What are we gonna do? A conversation just wouldn't play out like that in real life. You guys would just accomplish the task. They're just doing that to try to give exposition to the audience so that we can understand what's going on, but at the same time, we're smarter than that. You don't have to kind of, spoon feed us, our vocabulary like that. It's just unnecessary. But that's just one small nitpick that it's not that big a deal. But what I also like about this film is the romance, okay? At one point, I did not know how this was going to end. I thought I did towards the beginning, because this is a slight spoiler. At the very beginning, her character is cheated on. And I said to myself, okay, the way that they handled this, they just rushed through it. They only spent around 60 seconds of screen time to address this infidelity, which should be a huge dramatic moment. To should have Christina Milian's character, Layla, distraught and upset for days, moping in her bed, eating chocolates, crying over the man that she thought that she was going to marry. I mean, that's just realistic. You may be saying, you're a woman, you don't need to be crying over no boy, crying over no man. But look, every time somebody gets cheated on, for the most part, when they thought their partner was faithful, they're going to be upset and have some downtime. But that just wasn't the case with Layla's character in this movie. They just brushed over it real quick, and then they're moving on to the next, like, hey, where am I gonna find love all of a sudden? I did not like that at all. That's the point where I said, okay, I'm not gonna take this film seriously. I'm just counting towards the end. This will be another forgettable wannabe romantic comedy that's somewhat cute, but again, I'm not gonna remember it in like a day or two. And I just said, this is gonna be fun, silly, not serious. She's gonna make it at the end. Everything is gonna be okay. But there was a shift around the hour mark of this film when another character by the name of Teddy became more prominent in this film. The chemistry between Layla and Teddy in this movie was perfect. I thought that there was a match made in heaven. And again, it wasn't forced. It felt like their interactions was genuine. If I heard news that they was actually dating in real life, I would believe it, because their chemistry on screen was just that fun. And they're just trying to do their jobs and live out their lives and fulfill their own destinies. But it's cute because them doing that, them trying not to be attracted to each other, because Teddy's trying to help her find somebody else. They just come together like magnets. And the adventures that they go on throughout this film through New York to accomplish these tasks to get these tickets was hilarious. And I found it highly entertaining. And beyond that, if you are a fan of musicals, you will also like this movie, because they have a real life performing vocal group in this movie called Pentatonics. And my gosh, they was entertaining. Not the best actors, I'll be honest with you, but to be honest with you, I don't give a damn. I was still highly entertained with their dialogue as well, even though sometimes it was forced. It was just still really entertaining for me. And then when they performed, their chemistry, I mean, my goodness. I am now a fan of this group that I've never heard of before I saw this film, but I want to download all their albums and CDs afterwards. I was jamming in this movie. It was good. And not only because of them as well. Christina Milian is a recording artist. She knows how to sing and she knows how to dance. And she had her own number in this film as well. Did I mention she was fine at the very beginning of this video? Yes, I did. I did not forget. And that was entertaining too. Again, like I said, I was jamming in this movie and it wasn't forced or anything like that. The plot called for her to perform given the situation that was going on at the time. And I liked it. It was fluid, it flowed, it was organic. I always say that, but that was what happened in this movie and I ate it up. Seriously, I really did enjoy the relationships in this movie. I thought that was pure. I thought that was honest. And like I said, if I would have thought that Teddy and Christina was dating in real life, I wouldn't be shocked because the chemistry was great. I love the ending, the way that everything came together. This was a great, cute, feel-good movie that I recommend to all. Christina Milian, this is the best one I've seen from you in quite some time. This was much better than Resort to Love that came out a number of years ago, but this one actually has some nice substance to it. My only issue is, again, if they should have just drew that scene out at the very beginning instead of just rushing through it, you know, because it took away dramatic stakes. But again, that was gained towards the end of this movie and I loved it. I recommend it to all. I'll go ahead and give my rating for this at the very end. But for now, guys, that is just my opinion. And I want to thank you so much for tuning in. If you did enjoy this video, please go ahead and give me the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, helping me reach my next milestone of 75,000 subscribers. And if I had to rate Meet Me Next Christmas out of a 1 out of 10, I would give this one an 8 out of 10. Yes, a solid 8 out of 10. But guys, again, I just want to thank you so much for tuning in. And before you go, don't forget that my name is Brandon Keith Avery, and that's just my opinion. Peace.